there are so many reasons why I got into teaching.
One of the best things is the light bulb moment.
When you see a pupil suddenly understand something, that's really, really special.
Every child is so full of potential, and the thing that makes me proudest to be a teacher is seeing them realise what they are capable of.
I don't think any other job can give you the same satisfaction.
That's why I chose to teach.
You could get £26,000 tax-free to train. Search, apply to teach. Selected subjects only, subject to eligibility.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen. Podcasting since 2005. You're listening to Gamertag Radio. With your host, podcaster Hall of Famer Danny Pena, the always opinionated Paris Lilly, and from outside of the norm, Peter Toledo. This is Gamertag Radio.
Here we go.
Welcome to Gamertag Radio, episode 580. This is your host, Danny, and also joining me this week, Pete. What's going on, Pete?
I am the god of Pokemon.
Are you sure?
No.
You sure?
I'm fully sure.
Dude, I've been playing it nonstop, man. Oh my god. Guys, like in the past, I've never been a fan of this game. I think I tried it once. I can't remember exactly which one for review. That I was playing with Mandy and Patrick. This was like years ago. And I had a blast. I just stopped after a while. I'm like, eh. But man, dude, this game is making me do things that I've never done in my life, however. Just walk around the block, go to the nearest gym around my area, and just stay there for a little bit, man. I look weird, man, just standing there right next to like a church or a store or something, man. It is insane, dude.
Well, there's a running joke that Pokemon Go has gotten more people to go to church in the last 2 days than most people have gone in their entire life.
Wow.
If you really think about it, it's kind of true. Now, whether they're actually going inside the church and sitting for a sermon or whatever, no, that's totally different.
Yeah.
But yes, it's got people going to church. Now, granted, they're sitting outside, but
yeah,
it's a pretty funny narrative, though. It's pretty good.
I have a couple questions for you, though.
Sure. Do you want to just jump straight in and forget about the intros and everything else?
No. Let me do the intro real quick. All right, head over to gamertagradio.com or play.it/gamertag. You can listen to our past episodes there. And yes, you can share with your friends. You can also find us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, and other podcast directories. You can give us a call, 786-273-7GTR. That's 786-273-7GTR. Email us fanmail@gamertagradio.com. Make sure to tell us if you're also playing Pokemon Go, or do you think it was a waste of time? Whatever, good or bad, just let us know. Because I'm very curious to see what people are thinking about this, man, because I'm hooked. Pete, you're hooked.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm beyond hooked. And again, this happened a couple of years ago when I was playing Ingress.
Yes.
And when you start to divert from your normal drive to and from work in order to make those rounds, to get around and get to the Pokestops, to get to the gyms, or to grab that ever elusive like a Psyduck or a Scyther, it's real.
It is real. It is real. Now, my question to you, I know you joined a team.
Mm-hmm.
Which team you joined?
Valor, all day long.
Really? I joined Mystic.
See, that's why you and I can't be friends, bro.
Yeah, we can't be friends. I think my brother joined Valor too.
Yeah, man.
So all right, that's cool. It's cool. Now
that's fine. It's the running joke is it's okay if you're Valor, it's okay if you're Mystic, but if you're Instinct, you're trash.
Why?
I don't know. It just happens to be the storyline everywhere I have gone, whether it's been Reddit, Twitter, or whatever. It's okay if you're on Valor. It's okay if you're on Mystic, which apparently, from what I've seen, the research I can't remember what site I saw it on.
Yeah,
Mystic is the most popular.
All right, there you go, Team Mystic. What's up?
But Instinct, it gets trashed on hard. I don't know why, but it is what it is, and it's just not the one to get. It's like the redheaded stepchild. It's the kid that people got beat up in high school. I don't know, But yeah, that's not the good one.
Well, right now I think I have like between 35 to 40 Pokemons in total that I captured, like species in total, and I have overall over 101. Some of them a lot of like repeats and stuff. So I've been like selling them so I could get more candy and stuff like that. But
seen so caught versus seen.
Seen. Okay, so seen I have between 35 to 40. I gotta check. Caught. I gotta check.
It's really simple. Just go into the Pokédex and it'll tell you right up at the top. Caught versus seen. I'm at 25 of 28. So like there's been like an Ekans that I sat and I tried to catch today at lunch, and he just kept avoiding, and then poof, he just disappears, and you're just like, what the hell?
Okay, I see it here. Seen 38, caught 37.
Okay, not bad. Not bad. The ones that I've missed out on are Ekans, Meowth, which really pissed me off yesterday at work. I got pissed off.
I got him.
I almost yelled at a coworker, almost fired somebody just out of spite because my Meowth disappeared on me. And a Poliwag. The Poliwag, though, was like 2 days ago when they were having a really bad server issue, which apparently the update that went out today, and if we want to discuss that, we can talk about that. Wow, my God, this has become Pokemon Go Radio.
Yeah, it's like it reminds me of Destiny Talk Radio. So it's going to be Pokemon Go Radio.
There was a big hullabaloo pushed out because of the permissions used by Niantic to get authentication done for Pokemon Go. People who were using their Google account were giving full permissions.
Only on iOS though, Pete. Not for Android. It was iOS users that were having issues with that.
I don't know, but
no, I read it. Because
we'll run with
that. The update just came out for the iOS today. There was no updates for Android, and it was because of that.
Gotcha. So
yeah,
that's been remedied today, but the update did break for a bunch of users that are logging in with the Pokemon Club login. So now people who have the Pokemon Club login have it's like a 50-50 chance of actually being able to play or not play.
Man, that's not good.
Yeah. I will say though that the update fixed a lot of things. One of them being if you capture a Pokemon and you get like the frozen page screen, like where all you see is the ball in the middle of the screen and it starts to just slowly zoom in. You actually capture the Pokemon. You just don't get the animation of the whole capture or whatever.
Oh.
So, because that happened today, I caught an Abris on the way out of the office to lunch, and like I caught it, and then the screen froze. I was like, "Oh hell no! It's not going to be one of these instances where you capture one and then it disappears, and then you got to log out, you got to close the app and log back in, and it is gone." No, it actually happened where it let me keep it, and I noticed it was in my Pokédex. So that's a really cool update on that went out today. So,
okay, cool. Yeah, I've been driving around to see if there's any, like, how many gyms is like close to my area. Mm-hmm. And there's a couple. There's one right by my apartment. That's like a church. And your peoples, man, your team took over there, man. There's like 3 right there.
That's what we do.
And I'm planning to go one of these days. Actually, I'm going to go at night because, dude, at daytime, there's a lot of traffic there. Mm-hmm. And it just looks weird, me just standing there in front of the church. So then... So there's another one too by the shopping center, Town and Country, Pete.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a couple of gyms over there. There's one by a restaurant too, Pollo Tropical. There's one right there too. Yeah, man. I don't know. I've never thought in a million years I was going to do this for a mobile game. It is strange, very weird, but it's cool to see like how many players are actually going out and meeting other gamers in different areas. Like there's a video, I don't know if you've seen it or not, of Central Park. Mm-hmm. A bunch of people just there meeting up at different stops or at different gyms in Central Park, just playing the game. And it's insane. Somebody posted it on Twitter, and that video just went viral. So it is crazy how this game has
have you made
changing.
Contact with a rival Pokemon Go player or trainer, like just like in passing, like you see, like you start making that eye contact, like, yeah, I see what you're doing. I got you. I know what you're doing. I'm doing the same thing. Have you had those instances, or are you
not yet? But there's a lot of people on my job that a bunch of us we've been playing, man, during lunch, just there on the side, like, and we talk and we notice, like, we give each other like feedback, like, okay, there's a certain Pokemon here, go get it. So I turn on my phone right away and I just get it. Like, it's just been a very entertaining week, just on that game, man. You know, I know there's a lot of people that don't care about mobile games and stuff, but try it out. It's free. You're not gonna lose anything, man. You know. And look, I've never been a fan of Pokemon, and I'm hooked. You know, so it's cool, man. A lot of fun. And I know Paris said this to us, like in the chat. He's like, give it 2 weeks, give it a few months.
Well, he's not the only one. Apparently, Michael Pachter said the same thing in an interview, where he thinks it's going to last about 3 or 4 months, and then the fad and excitement is going to be over, and then everybody's going to go on to the next big thing.
But I mean, isn't it like that in just video games in general? There's always going to be games that it's going to be on top, number one, and people just move on and find the next game. It's always been like that, you know, and I don't see anything wrong with that. You know, to be a true best game, you have to play that over a year or years. I just don't get it. If it's good now, and if it's helping the gaming community and people having fun with it, and there's even people that suffers with depression and they don't go outside and they play this game and it makes them to go outside and interact with other people, I think that's fine, man. You know, even local businesses are taking advantage of this, which we have never seen before, like this. You know, I think there was a restaurant in New York City that his business grew, I think, 75% increase, just because what he did, he wasted $10, the owner, and started putting up like lures at his location. And people were just going over there. A lot of gamers were going there and they were buying, you know, pizza and drinks and so on while they're, you know, hunting for Pokemon at his restaurant. He took advantage of that. And there's even stadiums that, let's say a baseball stadium, the baseball team is not playing, they're out of town. The stadium will open to the public. You pay $5, you go inside the stadium and you hunt for Pokemon. So you meet other gamers there too, man. I think that's cool, man.
You want to know how slick people have gotten? There are posts now, like on Facebook, and I think even Uber's like trying to get in on the action, where people are acting as go taxis, where you go and you jump in the car for like 30 minutes, or no, it's like 30 minutes or an hour or something like that, and they charge you like $20 to $30, and you don't have to do anything except sit in the back seat and capture Pokemon along the roads. You just say, hey, let's go this way. Hey, nope, I'm running out of, you know, the little paw prints are going, you know, they're getting bigger and your Pokemon's going further down the list. Make a left, make a right. And all he'll do, that's crazy, dude.
That is
But
crazy.
Can you imagine with all of the craziness and excitement over this, people are paying the money for it. They don't have to walk around to it.
I can't believe people are actually doing that. Like, I think there's even a business, I think it's called PokeWalk, where you pay people that, let's say you get a couple eggs and you want to hatch it, you know, you have to walk with your phone for a certain amount of meters, I think it is, or kilometers, right? I think it's kilometers. And people actually pay those so they could walk for them until the egg hatches, depending how long is it? Is it 5? Is it 10? Is it 15 kilometers? And so on. So based on that, you'll pay $10, $15, or $20 or $25. That is insane, man. I can't believe I mean, look, hey, more power to whoever's coming up with these businesses. It's all good. Do your thing.
And now that I think about it, now that I'm putting like the whole you're in the car, you do it. Your partner in crime, the person that's sitting shotgun, he's got a whole new role now. It's not just the radio.
Yeah.
Now, hey, grab my phone. You're whatever you're capturing, I'm capturing.
That is kind of crazy. I don't know, man. Look, listeners, I know out there, the listeners out there, whoever is playing this, let us know. Are you hooked? Do you think it's like it's okay or what? And for those that don't care, let us know why you don't care. I'm very, very curious about this, man. Good or bad, just give us a call. 786-273-7GTR. That's 786-273-7GTR. I don't know. It's cool to see gamers locally here in Miami playing this, man. 'Cause you could tell, like, when I'm walking, I could tell who's playing Pokemon. And I'm like, okay, they're playing Pokemon. I see you. Now, are you in my team or you're in Pete's team? That's the question.
You damn well better be on my team. Team Valor all the way.
It's so good, man.
Welcome to Play It, a new podcast network featuring radio and TV personalities talking business, sports, tech, entertainment, and more. Play it at play.it.
Back on the scene.
This is Gamertag Radio. Voicemail at 786-2737-GTR.
All right, Pete, let's talk about this, man. I know there's been like a huge controversy, especially YouTubers for the past few weeks. It's been kind of negative, right? With this whole thing that's going on with YouTubers, gaming YouTubers especially.
So the story is Warner Brothers got busted.
Big time.
One of the biggest offenders being the world famous PewDiePie. What happened was, I think it was Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor, when the game first came out. Warner Brothers spoke with key influencers on YouTube and essentially paid them for positive reviews. They were supposed to do a minimum one Facebook post or one tweet or what have you, and then were required to not make anything negative in the form of comments or show glitches or bugs. They were supposed to portray the game in a positive light and encourage people to investigate and check out the game further and potentially buy it. Now, obviously, that's misleading. That's
very misleading, and they never disclosed that they got paid
exactly
at all.
Exactly,
which is shady.
Right,
very shady.
According to the case, it says the videos earned more than 5.5 million views for Warner Brothers, and the biggest subscriber was PewDiePie's, accounting for 3.7 million views out of the 5.5 total million views. So that makes the quote unquote honesty of Let's Plays and kind of throws it out of the window, because a lot of people have started to catch on with the whole Let's Plays as an opportunity to see a game in a much more realistic review setting for people who are maybe on the fence or cautious or trepidatious about picking up a specific title. And when you see people who you constantly watch, whether it be PewDiePie or Total Biscuit, people like those, and next thing you know, they're saying, oh yeah, this game is great. Look, this is so phenomenal. And you find out that that wasn't their true opinion of the game. They were paid off for that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's, and I mean, and they kind of came down on the industry a couple of years ago with, free games or trips and stuff like that. And people were not required by law, but it was kind of like a professional courtesy to say, for a perfect example, I'm going to be doing a review of the new Razer headset that I believe is called the Man of War in an upcoming episode. I got it courtesy of Razer, right? So they sent it to me. I'm going to check it out, and I haven't decided whether I'm going to give it to my son or maybe give it out to a listener if they want it. Listeners, if you guys are interested after the review, if you guys want it, maybe we'll just go ahead and send it out to one of the listeners.
Sure.
But perfect opportunity right there. So we're listening, we're playing the game, blah, blah, blah. Thanks to Ubisoft, or thanks to EA, or thanks to Respawn, or, whoever, thanks for sending it out to us. Let your listeners or your viewers or your subscribers know the truth.
Exactly.
I honestly don't think PewDiePie is going to be hurting anywhere, from a financial standpoint, because I think Warner Brothers is the one that gets the brunt of this. So it might dig a little into PewDiePie's subscribership or whatever for people feeling bad, but in today's society, honestly, people are going to get over it anyways. So,
yeah, here's the thing. Like, we've been doing this now for a very, very long time, and that's one of the things I always mention to the crew since day one. Be real. Let the listeners know, hey, I got a free trip, I got a free game. let the listeners know, because you know what it is. We've been building that trust, and the worst thing you could do is lie to those that have been supporting you since day one. It's just, to me, it's too fake, and eventually, once you lose that trust, then that trust, everybody else is gonna mention like, "Hey, man, don't trust that website. It's very shady. They got paid." Like, it just goes around. Like, look now, PewDiePie been getting mentioned everywhere now with this.
Well, and it's not just,
but it's not only him. It's a lot of other YouTubers too. But the thing is, the name that I've seen the most has been him. I mean, he's the person that's like well known the most out of everybody out there.
Right. Well, I mean, you also have other instances like T-Mart and Pro Syndicate. Those are people from Counter-Strike, and they had something similar. It's not the exact same, but they had. They actually owned a video game betting site. It's they were betting for skins, which you could actually trade or buy for real world cash. And so they were producing videos of themselves actually playing and winning on a specific site called CS:GO Lotto, which they owned. So without saying that, they were specifically doing it, and because they owned it, there was also the possibility that they could tweak the odds of potentially winning. So it's kind of tipping the balances, in their favor potentially. Now, whether I think their lawsuits are pending, so I'm pretty sure that additional proof or non-proof will be coming out shortly. After the case is ended, and I believe it was T. Martin that actually put out a video. Kind of apologizing and giving his side of the story. But again, it's when you put when you as a consumer put your trust in a specific site or person to get your reviews, and you find out that they're less than honest or a little on the shady side, and you find out that they were either paid for or there was something sketchy about the way they're doing business. It kind of makes you take a step back and be like, whoa, okay, maybe I'm not going to, listen to these people for reviews. Maybe I'm not going to take them for face value. Maybe I'll just listen to them for entertainment's sake. And they're, you kind of, you break that listener trust. So,
yep. Yeah. Here's the thing too, like the listeners now, and even the people that watch a lot of YouTubers, your viewers, man, they're smart. They're very, very smart. They could do research. They go find out stuff that, man, people get easily get caught, man, by them doing this, man, behind the scenes, man. Like, on the low, not saying anything to anyone. Like, oh, nobody's gonna find out. Oh, let me get that money. Look, man, right now you're getting that money, but eventually it's gonna get out there, and people that have been supporting you for a very, very long time, they're gonna get sick of it. They're gonna move on and find somebody that they do trust.
Yep.
So for those that are up and coming that want to start, podcasting, or they want to create their own YouTube channel, just be you and don't fall for this crap. It's cool if you get like free items and stuff like that, but just let your listeners know. Like, hey, look, we've done community vibes in the past, and we mention it. Yeah, we got sponsored by companies, but we mention it, and we gave away a bunch of stuff to our listeners. But we mention it to everybody that's been supporting GTR. We mention it because the best thing to do is just be real with everybody that's been supporting you, man. Don't fake it, because eventually it's gonna get out there.
Yep.
Now here's another thing too, Pete. The MPDs, they they usually email me like press releases and stuff like that every month and stuff. But they made a major announcement. They're now gonna be tracking digital sales. Before it was just the whole physical stuff at retails, but I think this is a game changer now that they're going to be tracking digital game sales. They've never done that before at all. Do you think it's a game changer? Do you think it's a big thing or not really? I mean, to me, I think we're not going to see it that big of a change for like the first year or two. In the future, we might see an increase with that, because I think still people buying more physical games than digital games. So
I don't understand why they've never tracked it in the first place, especially with the transition from physical to digital being such a benefit to gamers, where now you're not stacking, plastic cases, you're saving the earth. Why not? Why it took this long still baffles me to this day. So
the thing is, they do have relationships with certain retail stores out there, so that's the problem. Now, for those that don't really understand the whole NPD sales and all that stuff, remember, it's not every store that's been getting tracked through that. There's only a certain amount of retailers that has a relationship with them to track it. What about those mom and pop stores? Those games have been selling. They're not getting tracked at all. But Walmart or Best Buy and so on, yes, because is that relationship that they've been having with business-wise with the MPDs and all that stuff. So now with the digital game sales, now they're staying in contact with the publishers now, the Microsoft, Sony, etc. So my question is, what about Steam? How's that going to work? Is that also going to be tracked, or how's that going to work?
I would say absolutely yes. If you're buying it, and actually, see, that's where you start getting into the nitty-gritty of how to track it.
Yeah.
I would say it's tracked by purchases. So sites like Steam, maybe Green Man Gaming, cdkeys.com. Those are just some of the sites that I've used to purchase games in the past online for PC.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, I even use that. I even use some of the last two sites that I mentioned for buying subscription cards for Xbox and PlayStation. So, absolutely they should, but I'm hoping that it actually starts to undercut some of these scam sites that apparently buy. Actually, was it Galaxy for GOG as well? So there's these sites that buy a bunch of game codes off of stolen cards, like stolen credit card information, and then they file for stolen card purchase. So the number, like the people who find out that the purchases were done from their stolen card or credit information, the company gives them the money back, and then I don't know. It's a whole litany of steps that these scammers go out to get codes that were actually purchased unpaid. Because at the end of the day, the credit card company is going to pay the consumer back. But does the developer, the publisher, actually get that money at that point, right? So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be tricky to see how they do it and how they're able to effectively track digital game sales. And will it take a dent out of piracy? The more I look into this, it says PSN, Xbox Live, and select PC services.
Select.
Right. So does that mean that they have to buy into NPD's system to be able to track those? So apparently if you buy from like Uplay or Battle.net will not be tracked. So if I'm buying direct from the developer, why shouldn't those be tracked? But on the inverse, that just means potentially that those developers would be able to falsify sales data by saying, yeah, we sold 30 million or yeah, we sold 20,000. You know what I mean? So there's got to be a way for people buying it direct from the developer or the publisher for that information to be honest or valid.
And you have to sign up. The company has to sign up to be part of the service. So far, EA, Capcom, Activision, Blizzard, which is the same company, Square Enix, Take-Two, Ubisoft, Deep Silver, and Warner Brothers. I think they're the only ones that signed up so far, publisher-wise. So, okay. Now, I'm wondering, select PC services.
It's got to be GOG, Steam, Green Man Gaming, maybe CD Keys, maybe Amazon, because they sell digital.
Okay.
Those are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure that there's probably a laundry list of services that I'm missing out on, but those are the big ones that come to mind for me personally.
Okay. All right, but let's go to the next topic. All right. So speaking of Warner Brothers and all that, I know we talked about it earlier. Mm-hmm. Did you play the Batman game?
Mm-hmm. That was the one that finished up with. Can we talk about that now? Have we hit spoiler territory?
Yeah, you could talk about it. But this is the Return to Arkham.
Okay, that was the one with the Arkham Knight in it, right? Did you play it? Did you play it?
I did.
You did?
I did, but But here's the thing. Here's the problem. I played it, and I think
that's so
that
good.
the first Batman game was a lot better. Second one, I kind of got bored, and then the one that got released from it was from Rocksteady.
They're all from Rocksteady, Danny. Come on.
No. There was one that wasn't from Rocksteady. It was a one that was from a different other.
Yeah, this is the one that came out middle of last year, right? And then it got blocked on Steam. They actually pulled it off. Rocksteady pulled it out from PC. But yeah, I remember playing. This is the one with the Arkham Knight on there, and the Joker. He's like, can't tell if he's dead or alive. Or he's all
guys. I got bored.
Played it. And I
got bored. I totally got bored from that game, and I stopped. I'm like, I don't know, something about the game wasn't like the first one. So I was like, and I stopped playing it. But I actually bought it. So now you know, Pete.
Actually, no. I think my daughter bought it because she's a massive DC Comics fan. So she bought it for actually her favorite character of all time, Nightwing. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she bought it actually for the Nightwing component. She actually replays that one section over and over and over and over just because it's Nightwing. It's her favorite character. And it's Nightwing versus Harley Quinn. So, but yeah, I definitely played it. I actually remembered it was bad. It did not live up to the first Arkham.
First one is a classic.
First one's a classic. So
yeah, classic. Now, speaking of Batman, Pete, I purchased tickets to see Batman Killer Joker.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
All right. So I haven't read this at all. No, I'm like, look, I love animated like cartoons. I'm into like comics here and there. I'm a very casual comic book reader. Very, very casual. So my girl, I think she's more into the whole comic thing more than me. But we both already purchased tickets for this movie.
Yep. I believe Paris did also.
It's only for one night.
Yep.
Monday night, July 25th. I'm going to 7:30 showing. So for those that are kind of curious about this, can you let them know a little bit about it? Because I think watching the trailer on YouTube got me pumped, and I'm very, very excited to see this, man.
So
super excited.
Killing Joke,
no spoilers, but you know,
kind of hard to. So I'll try to get the roundabout story of it. So
okay.
The theme is the Joker escapes from Arkham, captures Barbara Gordon, and tortures her father, Commissioner Gordon, in an effort to drive Batman crazy. I don't want to give more details because
I think you're good with that.
Simply because
yeah.
The rest of what actually happens in the book, and this is actually rated R. I'm actually because of the content in it, I'm not bringing my daughter to go see it. She just literally turned 13. Shout out to Mark Hamill, me and my daughter were watching, animated Batman cartoon earlier today. And, I would giggle every time I heard Mark Hamill as the Joker. He's the greatest voice for the Joker. Whereas
big time,
in live action, I still think Heath Ledger's Joker was top notch.
Mm-hmm.
You have Tara Strong, who's a voice actress. My daughter actually met her at SuperCon. She does the voices for a whole bunch of other characters, like Raven from the Justice League and stuff like that, or not Justice League, Teen Titans and stuff like that. But yeah, it's probably one of my favorite Batman stories overall, besides like Death in the Family or Death of the Family. Those are great stories for me as well. But yeah, this is a rated R. This is not your kid's Batman. This is, as much as it's an animated movie, this is going to be on the, oh my God, because when the scene happens, you're going to poop your pants. You're going to be...
So this is more because of the violence part, not because sexual, nothing like that.
No, it's not a sexual thing. It's more of a violence thing. And it's a specific...
Okay.
I can't give it away because it is the peak of what the movie is. It's the zenith of the movie. Like, this is the whole reason for the movie. Like, it all revolves around this one specific scene and sets off a chain of events for characters and in comics moving forward. I mean, when this first came out, I want to say it was 87, 88, maybe. Yeah, it was more about 88. Mm-hmm. It changed the story of, well, it changed the whole Batman narrative.
Just leave it like that, Pete. Don't
I
review.
cannot
That's it.
wait. I can't wait. And
I'm pumped. I think Paris too purchased tickets.
Paris
to see
got
it.
tickets, and a whole bunch of people. Actually, shout out to Dan Hevia from was it 503? Is his thing?
505. Is it 505?
505, 503. Sorry, Dan, if I'm ruining it for you, but thanks to you. He actually he tweeted about it, and it reminded me because I had looked for tickets earlier and they hadn't come up, but I saw him tweet about it, and actually it was Project 505. I think.
Yeah, there you go.
So, but yeah, he tweeted about it and reminded me, and I went out. It took like 2 or 3 days for me to get my tickets from Fandango.
Really? I got it the same day.
So I did it like for 2 or 3 days, and it wouldn't let me. Like the little, it would hit buy, purchase, and the little thing would spin for hours, and it would time out. And then I waited a day. I tried it again. It didn't work. And then it was like Monday when I sent the message out on social media about, hey, got my tickets. That was when it finally had gone through, and it was just like, damn it.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna go. And it's super close. Wait, you coming to Miami to see it, or are you gonna watch it around the area?
No, I'm going to. I want to say it's Movie Co. Paradise or something like that in Boca.
Oh, in Boca. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, mine's is here in the Miami area, so it's super super close.
Right. So I'm doing it there. Actually, it's a Movie Co. Parisian 20 and IMAX. So it's actually in Boca. Actually, no, it's not in Boca. It's West Palm. So it's a little bit closer. Apparently, there's another one closer, but I wanted to go to the downtown West Palm and see it there at the IMAX.
Oh, by the way, for those who are listening, I forgot to mention the due date. Not a due date, but when this the Batman Return to Arkham, when it's coming out. Because the thing is, they were having issues. Supposedly, rumor has it because of frame rates. So that this game was supposed to come out back in July. Well, actually, now this month. Wow, I'm saying back in July. I'm going crazy. Actually, now this month in July, but it got pushed back to November now. So, I don't know if you guys are still gonna be, care about this game, or you're gonna wait till another new game comes out. Because there's gonna be a lot of brand new games coming out around that time. So I don't know if it's gonna be worth it or not. But I mean, it's up to you.
This is just for PC, though, right?
No, it's Xbox and PlayStation 4. Huh. And it's going to have all the DLC included, too. So, I mean, it's up to you. I don't know. All right. Piggy, there's anything else before we wrap it up? Anything else, man?
I don't think so. Oh, did you buy anything on Amazon Prime Day?
No. You?
I've got my finger hovering over the Prime Day deal for Dark Souls 3 for $35.
That's not bad. I know I watched a couple deals. I'm like, should I? There's the Borderlands, the collectors there. I think it was like $19.99. Mm-hmm. That's not bad.
But see, here's the thing. If I do the digital code, it's $60. If I do the physical disc, and because it's Prime, I'll get it shipped in a day or two, $35.
Why more expensive the digital? It makes no sense.
And this goes back to what we were talking about earlier with the whole MPD and digital sales tracking.
Yeah.
Why haven't they made digital purchases lower cost than physical disc? You're saving on plastic, you're saving on print, you're saving on shipping. Why are they still gouging us as consumers for the same price for a digital product?
It makes no sense, to tell the truth. It makes no sense. By the way, there's a rumor that there's going to be an Xbox One S Halo 5 bundle. I just read it right now. Somebody just posted on Twitter. I mean, I don't really care about the One S, but they should like release a recore version or something. Why Halo 5? Come on.
I have no idea. I can't answer that question right now. Why would you want to do a Halo 5 version though?
I don't get it. Recore, come on, new game, promote it, or Forza, the new Forza Horizon, go for it. But Halo 5, that game came out last year. Like, why would you want to do that? I don't know. It's just a rumor. I don't know if it's official or not, but we'll see. All right. But we are going to wrap it up, but I know that we'll be getting a lot of emails and voicemails. So please, listeners, continue to send those questions and everything. We're going to say that for next week's episode. Summertime. I think now once the Comic-Con San Diego pops up, and I believe Gamescom is coming out pretty soon too. We're gonna have more and more great content, and a lot of debates for sure. So continue to send us questions to fanmail@gamertagradio.com or give us a call 786-273-7GTR. That's 786-273-7GTR, and we'll definitely read it the next episode of Gamertag Radio. Oh, by the way, pretty soon, I think by next week or so, I'm going to have an interview with the filmmakers of The Messengers, a podcast documentary. We all in it. Pete Rock and Paris and I, we're going to be part of this documentary. I'm very, very excited. You guys are going to get to see the behind the scenes of us working during E3. It was a very crazy E3 for us. So I can't wait for you guys to see that. And plus, they've been following me since February here in Miami and Tampa, and the interview with my family and everything. But we're going to have a pretty cool interview with the filmmakers because we need your support. We plan to launch a crowdfunding page, so we could also continue to film in other locations and everything. And this will help us also be in your local area, different film festivals and all around the country. So we need support, and just stay tuned. I'm going to give you the details on that. But in the meantime, go to themessengersdoc.com. That's themessengersdoc.com. Go over there for more information and sign up so you can get all the scoop and exclusive behind the scenes footage. All right. So make sure to head over to gamertagradio.com or play.it/gamertag and subscribe to different podcast directories, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and so on. And stay tuned. We're going to have more content coming up here only on Gamertag Radio. Until next time, we're out. Peace.
Thanks for listening to Gamertag Radio. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.